What?
Instead of making an intelligent point, I think I'm just going to mumble. So, you think I'm intelligent?
What on earth are you saying?
Instead of making an intelligent point, I think I'm just going to mumble so that people think I'm intelligent.
I don't think that's a good strategy.
Well, it certainly worked for PTA and his ensemble.
Alright, cut it out. I get the point.
I really feel like there's a great movie in Inherent Vice. I really do. But you have to work so hard just to keep up with what the characters are saying.
I know what you mean. What do you suppose is the purpose of this trend that seems to be going on? The mumble trend?
I don't know. Del Toro in The Usual Suspects, Bridges in True Grit, Hardy in The Dark Knight Returns, and even the Jamaica Ingate from the BBC this year. Mumbling has become a real staple in the actor's arsenal. It's a move that seems to signify that the realism of this performance transcends the need for you to actually understand what they're saying.
You jest, but in a way that does seem to be the purpose.
I don't jest. In lots of ways, this performance style seems to capture what subtitled movies inherently and serendipitously have. They require your absolute and undivided attention from the audience, if you hope to keep up.
But if that's true, that's quite a cynical strategy.
Perhaps it's there because PTA wants to encourage further viewings, and if there's any director out there with whom it's worth going back for seconds, it has to be Paul Thomas Anderson.
Or maybe it's because it's not what the words actually say that is important to the scene, it's the energy, tone and situation in which they're said that it's important.
But how can that be? The script is fantastic, it's funny, it's insightful, and it's drawn from the words of Thomas Pynchon, who I'm assured is one of the greatest novelists of all time.
And the pairing of such a great American novelist and one of the greatest living American film practitioners can only mean good things.
It certainly should. And tonally, Inherent Vice is all there. This world of ragtag 70s, hippie PIs, corrupt cops, shifty LA property developers and drugs is deliciously compelling.
And it's all presented to you with such a fantastic cast. There are so many different characters with great actors. However, I did find myself wishing I could see more of the Reese Witherspoon character. This film is bolstered by absolutely excellent visuals. The film has the style of a genuine instant classic.
Stylistically, yes. Inherent Vice is very beautiful. It celebrates the imperfections of film stock and 70s era noir celluloid vividly. Chinatown springs to mind more than The Big Lebowski. But I can still see some comparisons, mainly in the stoner culture references, but the subject matter is handled entirely differently.
Not to mention the running time is handled differently. Classic PTA.
Nevertheless, Inherent Vice is gripping, intelligent and curious that cinephiles like us can only be drawn into.
This is a genuine American master at work.
Well, absolutely. But I just wish he'd occasionally added the word speak up to his directorial lexicon on this one. Like all of his films, it's worth a second viewing, I reckon.
Or maybe you could just read the book. You know, a book? A physical book that you read.
I might skim the audiobook.